Woo! Live. I'm sure eventually this will become less exciting, or maybe I'll be excited every single time I go live, alone or with you. Happy Danny here from Laugh Center, Centre du Rire. Happy Danny, je suis ici. Il fait un petit peu froid. It's a little bit chilly. I'm on my balcony this evening. It's 7 p.m., 7 p.m. pile here in Montreal. And I can tell that I'm a little bit tired, but the good news is breathing. Did you know 70% of our energy? I was having a wonderful laughter yoga session yesterday evening, in fact, and I learned 70% of our energy is coming from our breathing. And this makes a whole lot of sense to me because I'm often asked, where do you get your energy and what is it that you're eating? What do you do? And so it does make sense to me that the more I practice pranayama breathing and combine laughter exercises, the more energy I have. And so it is important to eat well and nourish our bodies with good food and lots of good liquids. The breathing that we engage ourselves in is also very, very important. So I'm outside because it's still sunny. We are September 3rd. I'm on day 3 of a 40-day laughter yoga, what we call it's a laughter yoga formula. And so I have some material with me here because I am learning. I'm a laughter yoga leader certified since 2019. Depuis 2019, je suis certifiée comme leader en yoga du rire, mais je suis aussi toujours en apprentissage. I'm still learning always. This is my goal, and I do want to pursue the next level of training so that I can become a teacher and eventually a master teacher, and I'll be reviewing material as I go. So this is my workbook. This is the book that I received when I received my certificate from Liliana DeLeo, and this is offered here in Montreal. So she offers a wonderful, wonderful certification course through Dr. Kataria's Laughter Yoga University. And it is incredible as an experience. And I have this book with me because I am following the 40-day laughter formula. And it is exciting because if you continue to laugh and laugh alone for 40 days, it definitely will become a new habit. So habits are things that we do, whether they're good habits or bad habits. We develop habits, and so this 40-day formula is a wonderful way for me to continue training and continue developing this wonderful habit of laughing and training the unconscious mind to be able to laugh. And there are 3 reasons we do laughter yoga. Whether it's for a 5-minute burst of laughter or a 20-minute full-on session and longer. We practice laughter yoga for 3 main reasons. I like always to introduce this. On pratique le yoga du rire pour 3 raisons vraiment. Et je vais aller en français et en anglais. J'ai un petit peu plus de temps ce soir. I have a little bit more time this evening, and I plan on spending more time here live. I hope that it becomes interactive and a great space for us to laugh together. J'espère que de plus en plus je peux me mettre ici en ligne live pour qu'on puisse avoir plus de temps ensemble, que ça devienne quelque chose d'interactif et qu'on peut vraiment rire ensemble, rions ensemble. Et je vous introduis les 3 raisons pour lesquelles on fait le yoga du rire. 3 reasons why we do the laughter yoga as an exercise. It is a health exercise, and we want to practice it as though we were doing any other exercise. And so I'm sitting down, which is great. You could also be standing. And the number 1 reason we practice laughter yoga is to have an ability to laugh for a prolonged period of time. So we want to sustain our laughter. On veut vraiment rire d'une manière prolongée. Première raison, c'est pour prolonger notre rire, avoir un rire soutenu. So we sustain laughter in laughter yoga as an exercise by laughing and breathing. We have activities that encourage us to laugh intentionally, and then activities that help us focus on breathing. And these are interspersed so that we can continue breathing and laughing for as long as we wish. 20 minutes is a really wonderful time period in order to get really all of the benefits. And it is suggested that if you're laughing alone, as I'm challenging myself to do, for example, for 40 days, it is recommended that you laugh for 15 minutes. 15 to 20 minutes, and you will receive and your body will get all of the amazing benefits. So some of the benefits, this is from a phenomenal book I have called The Inner Spirit of Laughter. I have this book from my attendance at the Laughter Yoga Conference here in Montreal. This was in 2016. And the 5 Secrets of Laughter from Dr. Kataria. And I'm going to read here Dr. Andrew Will. In terms of benefits, laughter yoga brings more oxygen to the tissue. And so we're breathing in, pranayama breathing, on inspire. And as we breathe out, en expirant, we're getting rid of all of this stale air and oxygen and all of this old oxygen that we don't need any longer, all of the carbon dioxide, and we're breathing in the new wonderful vital energy. And so it is bringing more oxygen to our tissue, and it boosts our immunity, and it relieves pain. It can lower stress. So as we're lifting happy hormones, we're lowering negative ones. And it can really help prevent and help us maintain balance emotionally, physically. Alors, c'est très, très bon pour notre santé, pour nous donner un boost à notre système immunitaire. Et ça donne de l'oxygène à nos tissus. Alors, c'est pour nos organes, it moves oxygen around in our blood. And so dans notre sang, ça bouge, ça bouge, ça bouge. It helps us circulate, and les bienfaits sont très, très bien rapportés. On les trouve, Dr. Andrew Will, dans le livre ici. C'est très efficace à protéger contre les maux de tête, comme exemple. So against headaches, for example. And it is a wonderful tool that we can use. So as a tool, I'm going to practice some different exercises today. I'm already almost 9 minutes into our live session, and I'm alone, and that's okay. This is the intention that I have, is to laugh intentionally and unconditionally. And I'll do so for as long as I can here, maybe 5 or 10 minutes, and my goal is to be able to come back online at different times. So namaste. I'm going to begin here now with 5 breaths in, and I'm going to do this with my feet comfortably on the ground. And as I'm going along, I'm just going to be real, and I'm going along in English. If you prefer French, please let me know as you join, if you join, and I will adapt. First breath in. I'm just moving my fingers and hands. And as I go out, ha ha, making sounds, ha. Second breath in. Self-dialogue is definitely very important and helpful, especially when laughing alone. Ha 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 ha. So I'm telling myself awesome things like I am breathing in peace, and this exhale out, I'm breathing out stress. Ha 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 ha. Breathing in a fourth awesome breath full of peace. And out with any stress. Ho, 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 ho. Breathing in peace. You can say, I am peace. And breathing out stress. Ha, ha, ha. And let's go for one more. Awesome. Super breath in. On expire. On expire de la paix. We're breathing in peace. And then out with any last bit of stress. Ha, 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 ha. And now I'm just going to share, before I get into some laughter practices, I'm going to share the 5 from this book, the 5 principles of inner spirit of laughter. And there are 5 principles. This inner spirit of laughter, according to Dr. Kataria. Number 1 principle is be who you are and don't pretend. Be who you are and don't pretend. That's number 1. And number 2 is purpose of life is to contribute. It is not about achievements. Number 3 is do your best and leave the rest. Number 4, appreciation and forgiveness. 2 magic words. Number 5, the 5th principle is when you change, the world changes. The whole world changes. So here I am, alone, Happy Danny from Laugh Center. I'm going to be focusing on the first principle, most especially this month of September. Be who you are and don't pretend. And so being real and being myself, is very, very important for so many reasons in order to really continue growing and learning and being free to continue learning and being myself during this journey as I practice laughter and train. And so being real, be who you are and don't pretend. And I think that this is very, very, very important as a principle. And I'm glad that it's number 1 because laughing happens in lots of different ways. Here I am almost 15 minutes in to this live session alone, talking happily. And I'm noticing that I'm laughing in a lot of different ways. And it's really important to get rid of any judges that we might have on our shoulders, because we have them all over. As adults, we have an adult brain, and the real, thing about laughter yoga is we want to let go and get out of our minds and just move our bodies and let our bodies experience joy. Let our bodies experience what we call happiness in our minds. So as we breathe and as we laugh, it's going to come out in different ways. You may even find yourself crying. You may not be so interested in laughing until you get into it, and you may not at all. And that's okay, because the body is receiving the same awesome benefits as you're breathing and practicing the laughter exercises. So we really are encouraged in laughter yoga to think of this practice as something that is just like any other exercise. And we're doing this for our health, we're doing this for our happiness, and we're also doing this so that we can work toward accomplishing peaceful states, world peace. And one very, very, very easy thing that we can do with our bodies, and it's really very effective, and it basically encourages a smile to happen naturally. And we can do this at any time. It's nice and silent, so it doesn't involve hearty laughter, but it helps us facilitate a good smile. So putting our hands in front of us, which way feels good, and this movement. And so this is just one example of a silent body language movement that we might practice in laughter yoga. So if you're feeling neutral, and so the number one reason we practice laughter yoga is to sustain this laughter. And I'll demonstrate shortly how we can do this instead of talking so much. The second reason we practice laughter yoga is to laugh comfortably, heartily, whether it's silently or out loud. We want to be comfortable. We want to be feeling free. And so this is why I think the number one first principle of be who you are and don't pretend is very, very, very important, because wherever you are, however you're feeling, when you're in a laughter yoga session, you're okay. You're in a safe space, and we really encourage you to laugh from your gut, from your laugh center, from your gut and from your laugh center comfortably. And so that's the second reason really we offer laughter yoga sessions, is so that we can create this safe space for laughter. And the third reason we laugh in laughter yoga, and we do laughter yoga intentionally as an exercise, so that we can change our state. As I demonstrated here, if you're in an unhappy mood, whatever event has taken place, the movement itself is an interesting one, and seems to, for me, help me just feel a little bit better already. And so our bodies can help our minds, and that really is something interesting for me to test out. And so as an experiment, I'm on day 3, and practicing laughter is definitely helping me change my state. And we know that laughing builds and increases serotonin levels, and serotonin is the mood regulator. And so I am going to begin an exercise that I call neutral face, happy face. And we'll go into basically a series of laughter exercises. And so this is going to be longer, definitely, than 5 minutes. And I may even tune in later on this evening. So far, I am still on my lonesome. I'm very happily here wearing my Laugh Center t-shirt, going on in English. I thank you for participating, because we can really create lasting positive mental attitudes. We can do this by practicing laughter yoga as an exercise routine. And so, whether you're at work, whether you're at, an office, at home, in a setting where you need to be quiet or still, laughter yoga is all about you and your breath and your body and yourself and being who you are. And what we're going to do here is focus on the palm of my hand or the palm of your hand. I'm going to count to 3 because it's a nice way of helping ourselves focus. And I'm going to do neutral face, happy face. And so neutral face can be anything you can do to avoid laughing. If you have to be angry, that's okay. And then we'll go into happy face for 3 seconds. And in a laughter yoga session, we would do this a lot more quickly. I'm taking my time and exploring the live here. So on 1 and 2 and 3, let's go neutral. We are in control, and now we go into happy face. And now let's control our state into neutral. We are driving. We can do this, and now into happy face. And if you do feel the urge to laugh, that's great. And neutral. We are the drivers. I'm driving. Doing my best. Happy face. And it looks like someone has joined me, which I'm very happy to see the number 2 show up. Welcome and thank you. We're going into neutral face. And one more time, happy face. And here we are going into namaste. And here we are going into namaste position, or any position that you're comfortable in. And this was just a fun example of how we can be in control of our bodily movements, of our expressions, whether it be a facial expression, however you're able to move, we can train ourselves, and we don't have to necessarily make a lot of noise, and we don't necessarily need a whole lot of equipment. We have ourselves, we have our lungs, our hearts, we have our breath. And so let me get into the 4 steps of a laughter yoga session. That was the example of an exercise. And so that's something that we'll do as a 4th step ultimately. The very, very, very first step of a laughter yoga session or exercise practice will be clapping. And so I'm very, very happy you're here. And I think that this is something we all learned how to do way back when, clapping, and it's really, really great. Dr. Kataria explains, and his wife, Madhuri, who is a yoga practitioner, there are a lot of acupressure points in our hands and the tips of our fingers, and so we can also stimulate them by doing this here. But step number 1 in a laughter yoga class or session exercise is clapping. And we can make a lot of noise or we can clap silently to the side. So, number 1. Step number 2 is clapping to a rhythm. And we clap to a rhythm so that we develop a pattern and a rhythmic clap, and we also make sounds. So we're going to go ho, ho, ha, ha, ha. It's very good for getting the air out of our bellies, out of our lungs. And it looks like this, and then we can follow along. You can follow along with me. So ho, ho, ha, ha, ha. Ho, ho, ha, ha, ha. Ho, ho, ha, ha, ha. And we keep doing that. We typically will do that 3 times. So that's step number 1 and step number 2 of a laughter yoga session. And step number 3 is all about becoming more and more like a child and encouraging childlike playfulness. And so as we do our exercises, we will continue clapping, chanting, and we'll finish off by saying and doing things like, very good, yeah. So we want to use positive language, positive vocabulary, and really positive body movements and postures to encourage our laughter. And that's step number 3. So step number 1 and step number 2 and step number 3 together look like this. And I'll demonstrate, but you can follow along. Ho, ho, ha, ha, ha. Ho, ho, ha, ha, ha. Ho, ho, ha, ha, ha. Very good, yeah. The point really is to not be able to laugh anymore, because that means that you've really depleted all of that stale air, gotten rid of all of that old oxygen and carbon dioxide. So laughing really helps us breathe out and release. So that's step number 1, 2, and 3. And number 4, these are the exercises. So now that I'm here, I've explained quite a lot when it comes to the 3 reasons we do this laughter yoga as an exercise. Reason 1 is to prolong laughter. We want to be able to laugh intentionally, unconditionally, and for a long period of time without it becoming difficult. And so eventually we run out of jokes. And this is what we see with laughter yoga. You can only be so funny for so long. But when we practice exercises and do ho's and ha's and continue on with our chanting and clapping and positive body language and words, we can keep laughing all day if we want. And so I'm going to demonstrate just by doing a series of activities now, and I'm going to just be mindful and see if I can go at this for 5 to 10 to 15 minutes consecutively, and call it an evening here in Montreal with some fun laughter exercises. I've chosen my self wants to be English right now, and so I'm going to go ahead. But the cool thing is as we laugh. Doesn't matter what language, just be you, be comfortable. C'est très important d'être soi, d'être confortable. Alors voilà, the French is coming out. Et on commence avec une activité qui nous fait du bien. So I'm going to start with an activity that really helps us feel good, helps me feel good. If you're not used to breathing in and out, or if you are, I hope that you enjoy this one. It has us going out with the arms, and it's fun because we're here online and I can feel like I can maybe touch your hands, or you can touch my hands. And if we're Zooming, we can zoom in and out. And if we're in person, we can stay safely at a distance and breathe in with the nose, pranayama, breathing in. And we're going to hold our breath in once we get close to our hearts. And once we get close to our hearts, hold it, and laugh it out with our arms. And we'll do that 3 times. So here's what it looks like. Please follow along. Ho, ho, ha, ha, ha. Ho, ho, ha, ha, ha. Ho, ho, ha, ha, ha. Very good. Very good. Yeah. Now I'm going to do a little bit of mental flossing because we really want to get out of our brains. Out of our brains, and a good way to do that is to push off these judges, push them off, push them off. We have a brain here that we can get out of by picking up our imaginary laughter mental floss. And we're going to put it into our ears very, very happily, and we're going to make a little sound as we do that. And so just be mindful that this is going into your ear and then through your brain and out the other side. So, yep. So here we go. What we want to do is move our hands, and you can make this lovely movement here and just be mindful. This is your brain. You want to make sure that you're flossing properly here and laughing as you go. Ha 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 ha. Ha 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 ha. Ha 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 ha. And hoo hoo. Hee 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 hee. And if you're feeling like you've completed your flossing, ha. Whoop. I'm going to recycle my floss. Whoop. Ho, ho, ha, ha, ha. Ho, ho, ha, 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 ha. Ho, ho, ha, ha, ha. Very good. Very good. Yeah. So if you're feeling crazy, silly, that's fantastic. And if your neighbors are around and don't know that you're practicing laughter yoga, you may want to let them know that this is a health exercise and see if your laughter is a bother in any way. I'm laughing outside, and this evening, if I tune back in, I'll probably laugh indoors. And if I do have neighbors that prefer that I be a little bit more silent, we can also practice laughter silently. So let's go for some silent laughter. And this is kind of what it looks like, but it'll be different for everyone. On va rire silencieusement pour être respectueux. On 1 and 2, try not to make a sound. And I wonder what your feedback is when you laugh silently. Do you feel like laughing out loud more? Quand vous riez silencieusement, est-ce que vous avez le désir de rire à haute voix? For me, the more I laugh silently, the more I want to burst out laughing out loud. I also really enjoy laughing with my mouth closed, but making noise. Let's go back to our clapping. Ho, ho, ha, ha, ha. Ho, ho, ha, ha, ha. Ho, ho, ha, ha, ha. Very good, very good. Yeah. Et en français, on peut faire c'est super, ouais. All right. So some other activities that we can do are really, really interesting. This one is actually a well-known one. It's called the Calcutta laughter. And it's really very, very, very good for releasing emotion, releasing feelings. It certainly is a break throughout the day or as a way to end the day. So as the light is dimming outside here, I'm going to stand up. And you can be sitting down. That's the nice thing about laughter yoga is it really doesn't matter whether you're sitting or standing. The circulation is happening because you're breathing, you're using your breath, you're really moving the oxygen all throughout your blood and all throughout the body. So if you're still sitting down, that is awesome. And if you're standing up with me now, I'm just going to want to, because it might get a little warm. And so what we do is we push ha, ha, ho, ho, ha, ha out with our breathing. And we push down with our hands. And we can do this for as long as we feel the need to release. And it's a really, really healthy way to, get rid of not only, negative emotion when we're feeling turmoil. We can also get rid of so much carbon dioxide and really, really, really get our going. So I'm going to do this for, as an exercise. All of the exercises that we do are about, 1 minute in length, and we go back to our interval routine of clapping. So let's start with a nice big ho, ho, ha, ha. Ho, ho, ha, ha. And we can do this at whatever rhythm feels comfortable for us. So I'm going to go, go, go. Ha, ha, ho, ho, ho. Ho, ho, ha, ha, ha. Ho, ho, ha, ha. Ho, ho, ho. Ha, ha. Ho, ho, 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 ha, ha, 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 ho, ho, ha, 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 ho, ho. And I have another one in mind, so let's go into our ho, ho, ha, 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 ho, ho, ha, 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 ho, ho, ha, ha, ha. Very good. Very good. Yay! Excellent. I can feel you're taking your laughter very seriously. And this one here, since you are there or maybe tuning in at a different time, this is going to be one I love, and I'll call it Happy Danny Says en français. So on peut dire Happy Danny vous encourage, or Happy Danny encourages you to follow along. So I'm going to do this on my heart. When I do this on my heart, I'm going to say ha, ha. So follow along with me. And when I do this on my belly, ho, ho. And on my head, he. So it's kind of like, for me, it reminds me a lot of the game Simon Says that I used to play when I was a kid. So we are children. Let's be children in our hearts and in our spirits. Childlike playfulness is what we're here to do. As an exercise, we are breathing and laughing. So, ha ha, he. And we'll go faster and faster. Ho ho, ha ha, ho ho, ho ho, he, he, ha ha, ho ho, ho ho, ha ha, he, ha ha, ho ho, ha ha ha, ho ho, he, ha ha, ho ho, ho ho, ha ha, ho ho, ha ha, ho ho, 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 ha ha ha, ho, ho, ha ha ha, ho, ho, ha ha ha. Very good, very good. Yay! And since I'm standing, I'm just gonna move a little bit. Je suis debout, je vais bouger un petit peu. And just infuse my environment with energy that I feel is positive. Je vais mettre de l'énergie très positive dans mon environnement. Ha ha. And this one now is really one that I developed one evening. And so there are known exercises like the Calcutta, ho ho, ha ha, ho ho. And then this one is one that I really like to do at any point. It's something that I can do silently or very loudly. And it's simply beating my heart, ho, 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 ha, ho, 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 ha, ho, 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 ha. And we can do that even more so as we go up. Ho, 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 ha. Ho, 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 ha. Ho, 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 ha. And if you feel like flying, we can do ho, 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 ha. 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 Ho, ho, ha, ha, ha. Ho, ho, ha, ha, ha. Ho, ho, ha, ha, ha. Very good, very good. Yay! Breathing in through the nose, I'm going to sit back down, and hopefully this is demonstrating that we can laugh with a timer and go at it for a minute, 2 minutes, 5 minutes, for quite a long time. And we can do that intentionally, and we can do that with a willingness to laugh. The good news is that we can also participate in laughter yoga exercises that encourage our bodies to move in a way that encourages intentional moving the body in these ways and breathing in these ways gives us the same benefits. We're increasing oxygen throughout the body. We're also elevating our mood. We're elevating and increasing dopamine levels, and all too often we're breathing sporadically. And so laughter yoga combines the science of breathing, and you can call the art of laughing, because there is an art to it. We can train ourselves just like we can train ourselves to model good behavior, to model different behaviors, we can model the behaviors that encourage laughter, and we can laugh intentionally by pushing out he's and ho's and ha's. And the point really is to get all of that carbon dioxide out of our bodies so that we can bring in the new oxygen, energy balls full of positivity and full of love. And Gérard, c'est mon plaisir. Gerard Mac, I thank you, because we're in the process now of creating energy balls together. And this is how it goes. We're again going to go by the ho and the ha technique. And every bit of hoing and haing is putting happiness and resilience and all of these happy, happy, happy things. So ho, ho, ha, 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 ho, ho, ho. And when you laugh it out, now remember, you have this huge ball of happiness. You really want to put it down safely. Ho, 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 ha. And prepare for your second ball. We're going to create 3 balls. So that was the first of 3. And when we're finished creating the third ball, we're going to go back into our clapping and finish our what has turned into almost an hour session. So we're 46 minutes into my third G of love, of positivity. Looks like I'm fading away. Ho, ho, ha, 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 ha. He, ho, 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 ha, ho, 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 ha, 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 ha. Deep breath in as I get up to put it down. Ho. Balls full of happiness and positivity. Ho, 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 to lift my immune system. Ha, 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 ha. Elevate. Ho, ho, my mood when I need. Ha, 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 ha. Boost. Ho, 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 and let's be mindful to put it beside that third awesome ball. Whoo! And these sounds help us become more and more free and in this childlike state. A few deep breaths in and out. And let us clap. Ho, ho, ha, ha, ha. Ho, ho, ha. And one more time, une autre fois en français. Ho, ho, ha, ha, ha. Ho, ho, ha, ha, ha. Ho, ho, ha, ha, ha. C'est super. So going back to the principle, the first principle in inner spirit of laughter. Be who you are and don't pretend. So this is a really, really extraordinary principle, and I thank you for being here. Thank you for laughing with me. Let's laugh off, and this is to ask you as well, if you're with me, to raise our elbows high and give ourselves an awesome pat on the back with a laugh out. And because we have 2 sides to our amazing selves here, we're going to go with the left, or whatever side you were on. Ha ha ha. Before I completely fade away in the darkness here, I'm going to take 3 breaths in and then out. 3 pranayama breaths in and then out. We're going to ha 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 and laugh as much as we can out. And peaceful. Ha ha ha. I am happy and peaceful. Ho, ho. I am happy and peaceful. Ho, ha, ha. Thank you, everyone. Merci tout le monde. I would love your feedback. I'm so appreciative, and I hope I said your name correctly, Gérard Mac. Thank you for your smile and your vibrating heart. We want to elevate our vibration through laughter with smiles, and keep in mind that, and this is why I'm here, because it is so great to give someone a smile and to smile at someone and to laugh with someone. And it's also very important to remember that we are someone. I am someone and you are someone, and we can add an are super. And when we say I am, the words that follow I am become really very powerful. So let's use powerful, positive words. Smile at others, and remember to smile with ourselves, at ourselves. And let's go for another exercise. This is a fun one. It's laughing at ourselves. It's a very humbling laughter exercise. So we don't want to point the finger at others. In this exercise, we're pointing the finger at ourselves. Ho. He. Namaste, and let's laugh together again soon. Namaste. Rions ensemble encore très bientôt. Oh, this is me ending the live stream, and I didn't press the button properly.